What is up, YouTube world? Man, this is like low-key nerve-wracking. This is my very first time going live on YouTube. You know, I've been preaching about it, you know what I'm saying, to a lot of my clients, a lot of my friends, a lot of my, you know, just my community that, you know, should go live on YouTube. It's just a better platform to do that. So, you know, I kind of low-key got the butterflies. I go live all the time on Facebook, but this is like new territory, new uncharted territory for me. So it's going to be fun, man. And I have a special guest as well. So like that's adding to a little bit of the nervousness, but it's all good, man. Shout out to everybody checking in, man. We got Queen D, Diana Gladney in the house, man. And it's just a honor for her to be on my stream right now. She got a million things that she could be doing, but she's on my stream. I learned a lot from her. So shout out to her. Shout out to Marshall. Learned a lot from him. Wow. I got Monty in here. Wow, man. I'm honored that these are all legends. You know what I'm saying? These are all YouTube gurus that are on my stream, man. So I appreciate that. Shout out to Amy. I see you, Amy. Shout out to Marshall Fox, man. He did a lot of the branding that you see here on my channel. So I'm just honored, man. So without further ado, man, just wanted to welcome you to my channel. I can't really say that I rebranded it because I never really had a brand. I'm actually now just kind of branding my channel as Content Ecosystem. Content Ecosystem basically is, you know, on this channel we help you get equipped, empowered, and evolve, and it's all based around content creation and monetization. So I got to get that pitch down right, because you got to have that tagline, you know what I'm saying? So I'm excited to be here, man. And yeah, we finna get right into the show, man. So definitely y'all go ahead and leave some comments, and y'all just leave some questions, put a Q if you got some questions, and it's going to be exciting, man. So yeah, definitely. So just to kind of get into it, just want to let you know I have a weekly series that I'm doing called Creators on the Come Up, right? And Creators on the Come Up is some of my favorite creators on the platform who are, in my eyes, are all superstars in my eyes, right? I already have the month planned out, and some of the people I'm bringing on, I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? And it was really just all God, right? Like I don't have any tight relationship with these people or anything like that. You know, it just got found favor with them, and they just gonna come on my channel and just gonna do their thing, right? So, you know, I actually reached out to TubeBuddy after I kind of set some things up, and they love the idea. So they're actually sponsoring the show. TubeBuddy is sponsoring what you see here. So shout out to TubeBuddy. TubeBuddy is the #1 extension for YouTubers. If you're serious about growing your channel, then TubeBuddy will help you do that, man. So shout out to the good people over at TubeBuddy, man. So without further ado, we're going to get into the show, and we're going to get into the guests, and that's none other than Tom Buck, and I have him backstage. And if you don't know who Tom Buck is, man, please look him up. Please, like, seriously, go to his channel, subscribe to his channel. His content has for sure like changed the way I approach YouTube and the way I think about content creation. He's just a complete, like my homeboy Marshall Fox say, he's a complete sniper. You know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to content. So really appreciate him just coming on the show. Without further ado, let's just go ahead and get right into it. Tom, what's up, brother?
Hey, this is so cool. Like I know you're like, it's my first YouTube stream, but the production thing that's happening right here is unreal. It looks so good. So
Hey,
thank
man.
you so much. I really, really, really appreciate you having me on, and I'm honored that I'd be your first like YouTube stream.
Yeah, this is crazy, man. Like, my friends, they call me extra. My wife, she calls me extra. Like, you so extra. You got to just do everything. So I'm like, I don't know why that's in me to do everything like extra like that. So, but hey, I appreciate, I just got these overlays today, and I just got this logo back yesterday. Creators on the Come Up logo. I have some young kids that actually do my graphics and stuff like that. So, yeah, man. So everything you see is done by a 15-year-old, believe it or not. It's 15-year-old. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, he does his thing, man. But, I was supposed to have like claps and applause and everything when you come on. It was supposed to be a little bit more grander, but I had a busy day at work. So I literally rushed home and tried to put this together, man. But once again, man, I appreciate you coming on, bro. Like, this is huge for me. A lot of people in the Ecamm community. We have another streaming community called Let's Get Live, run by Doc Rock and Diana Gladney. A lot of them like legit look up to you on this content creation journey. So yeah, man. So, I was actually recently in a Clubhouse with Sean Cannell and a few of those guys. And I want to get your take on this, and we're gonna just kind of bounce some ideas off.
Sure.
And
Yeah,
it's gonna kind of tie right into content and kind of like your mindset and everything. And it was just so timely. Have you checked out Clubhouse, by the way? Have you been on there?
Yes, my wife got like invited like at the end of last week, and I didn't get it. I was like, no, I don't need another thing to check. And then it must have been, what is it? It must have been like Sunday night or something. We were like playing around with it, and we ended up like having these incredible connections with like some
Wow.
people, and it was just so much fun. And
Wow.
it just kind of clicked, and I was like, okay, I understand it now.
That's what's up. Yeah, I was in
I
there.
learned how to use the Roadcaster Pro with Clubhouse. I
Hey,
learned that from D Nimitz, who shared that secret with me.
oh, legit. So me, Diana Gladney, a few of our other like counterparts, we actually, when we first got on Clubhouse, that was one of the first things we wanted to do was hook up the Roadcaster Pro. Diana Gladney. Have you ever heard of Diana Gladney, by the way? I keep saying her name. Have you ever?
Not yet, but I feel like I need to now.
Yeah, go look up her channel, Diana Gladney. She's another sniper, and she's figured out, like, she has tweaked the Rodecaster Pro perfectly with the SM7B for Clubhouse. So when she goes in rooms and hosts rooms, everybody's like, "What are you using for your audio?" She sounds like God when she's talking, right? So, but it's really cool because now we can then integrate Clubhouse into some few other things that we're doing and be able to repurpose that content. But the reason I was even going there was because I was in there with like Sean Cannell and a few other like huge YouTubers, and it was just so timely because they was like, guys, when you guys do interviews, right? He was saying you guys need to front load the interview. Front load the interview. Do you even know what that term means? Kinda.
Yeah, I mean that's where you're putting all your it's you're not saving the best for last. You're really just kind of like coming out big guns, hard hitting right out the gate.
So I knew I had this coming up with you in a couple of days when I heard Sean Cannell say that, and like he done changed my whole mindset. I'm like, I wanted to get to the, we're family guys, and you're such a cool guy, and you got a lot of stuff going on. You're an educator. I kind of wanted to get into that, but then I said to myself, do I need to front load this and start talking about all the important stuff first? But I'm like, but then it's like, well, the family stuff and the music stuff, all that's important too. So like, I'll just ask you, like, are you cool with the front load, or do you just want to handle with the flow, or like how you want to do this, brother?
We can start wherever you want. There's I'm happy to just jump in anywhere. If we should listen to Sean front load it, we can start there. That's fine.
He said front loaded. Well, I will ask one front loading question, and then I just want to get to you, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? One thing I hate with podcasts and like live streams, I hate when the host over talk the guest, right? The host do more talking than the guest. I'm like, just shut up and let the guest talk. So I want you to talk more than me on this interview, right? So, but I will ask, I guess this is a front loading question, I guess, whatever. But like, what would you say like is the single most biggest thing that kind of changed the game for you as it relates to YouTube? What could you maybe should I have sent you that in the text you that first before I ask you that? Is that something you got to really think about? Okay, cool. Okay,
no,
we'll run it.
There's so many different things. I mean, for me, starting a YouTube channel, which I started in the summer of 2017, it was like this hugely liberating experience. So just starting the channel, it didn't matter anyone was not watching. It was just starting the channel was huge. Like that was a very big personal step for me.
Yeah.
But since then, like you practice and you kind of dial in your content a little bit. It was sort of realizing like I don't know what it was, but being able to put yourself in the viewer's seat as good as possible.
Wow.
Really understanding that the stuff that you're making isn't going to be for everyone. So there's definitely going to be people that don't like it. But if there's people that don't like it, that's good.
Yeah.
Because it means you're putting out a perspective, so that there will be people that do like it.
Yeah.
And then I kind of just got this thing into my brain where I was like, okay, I'm making these videos for myself 6 months ago. And that in the past like year, maybe a year and a half, that's kind of where I've been approaching it. And that seems to have really helped things kind of like click into place a little more.
Yeah.
Because I just think like, what was I into? What was I struggling with? What was I curious about 6 months ago?
Yeah.
I'll make that video now. And then it seems like there's people who are on that same path that I was on. And now, so they have those same questions, they have those same issues, and I can just kind of like address them right as, because I'm discovering them myself. And then I'm like, oh, I learned this. Now you can have that. It's just sort of like bucket brigade or whatever they call it.
Yeah, yeah. So you would say that like just being able to put yourself in the viewer's seat, and from the viewer to understand their pain points and understand like the things that they're searching for or going through to be able to relate to them on a content level is what changed the game for you.
It really helped focus things a lot, you know, because you can get kind of precious with your stuff. You really like this shot, you really like this explanation, you really like this thing in your video or whatever it might be, and you want it there, but then you really kind of step back and look and go, you know, someone who clicked on this video isn't going to be super interested in that. And that might be the thing that then they get bored and they leave. So
Wow.
just kind of like brutally cutting stuff out and positioning things for who you think is actually watching it, which is sometimes different than you as the person making it. You know, you might want to do different things. I mean,
Yeah.
that sounds weird. I
No.
like making my videos. I don't make videos
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
like.
I get it.
But, you know, you can't forget that if I just want to make videos, I don't need YouTube for that. I can make videos and just put them on my computer and like torture my wife with them or something. But if I want to put them on YouTube and have people watch them, you have to be aware that there is an audience, and you
Wow.
have to know, you know, what does that audience want from you?
Yeah. Does that take a certain level of sacrifice from you, being that you're multifaceted, multi-talented, you're a creative like me? Does it take, do you feel yourself like cutting away a lot of layers of yourself to kind of focus kind of on like a niche or focus on your viewer?
Thankfully, no. I think that's a really good question. That's a really important question because I think people can do that, but YouTube, like the key ingredient to YouTube is authenticity,
Wow.
because people can just sniff it out. You know, like
Wow.
as soon as something is not authentic, you can just tell.
Wow.
And, you know, we all have like television shows and things that are, you know, not super authentic, and
Yeah.
YouTube is the place where you can go and really connect with people. And so for me, it's just like my channel is about the stuff that I just never get tired of talking about.
Wow.
And so it's pretty easy. And, you know, as you kind of grow, or not even grow numbers wise, but grow as a creator, you can figure out ways of putting more of yourself into it. You know, more of your personality, more of your quirks, more of your interests. Like I found ways to play music in my videos. I found ways to like put dumb jokes into my videos, and those aren't necessarily like, it's not why someone's clicking on this microphone video or this lens review or whatever it might be, but you can find ways to do that. And I think that's a really fun creative challenge to go, okay, this is what the video is, but how can I kind of like put my spin on it to make it something that nobody else could make, because it's uniquely my thing.
Wow, that's amazing. And I hear that a lot. I really do hear that a lot, being able to just be authentic on YouTube. I know you mentioned your wife, and I just want to say that when the TubeBuddy team kind of partnered with me on this and sponsored, they was like, you know about his wife, right? And I'm like, no, I don't know about his wife. And they're like, his wife is even better than him. Nah, just like,
Yeah,
I was
for sure.
He's like, for sure. I was like, well, who's his wife? So I went and looked her up. I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. Like, yeah. So I'm pretty sure she's a big part of like, you know, everything you're doing, or, you know, whatnot. Would you say that?
Yeah, I mean, it's so funny because like we have like there's basically a wall between like our two like YouTube podcast rooms, and so we have like our own little worlds there. But she was doing YouTube before I was. We actually met through YouTube, so like when
Wow.
people complain about the algorithm, like it connected us exactly the way we needed to be connected.
The algorithm brought me my good thing. Okay, so you can't talk about the algorithm. So, that's dope.
I'm fine with it. But she was doing her thing, and it was right at the time that I was like starting my channel. I had like 4 videos or something. I didn't really know what I was doing. And she showed up and just kind of gave me the kick in the butt to go, not only is it okay to do this, but like you totally should do this. You know, there's so many different things you could share. It's not silly. It's not stupid. It's like, it's really fun. It's not embarrassing.
Wow.
And I just needed someone to tell me that. And so, you know, like in a lot of ways, she's sort of the opposite of me, because she's like, when it comes to tech and stuff, she's like, simplicity. I just want plug and play, push the button, I'm done. And I'm like, no, I want 10,000 things that you need to connect and build this thing and that thing. And so like content wise, we're pretty different, but like philosophy wise, I think we're pretty similar. And it's just so nice to be able to have a partner who understands, who just understands, you know. It's a weird world when you're making content and sharing it. And it's nice when the person with you can just understand it.
Wow, that's what's up, man. Well, congrats on that. You met through YouTube, and everything's going great, I'm sure. And yeah, so I mean, first of all, I want to jump in the comments real quick. Like, people, I'm seeing these super chats. I know, and it says 1999. Shout out to Monty Weaver on the super chat. I know Diana Gladney sent the super chat too. My question is, how do I get my money? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Where do I cash out at? I guess
it will go into your Google AdSense. So it'll be just like when you get your channel's ad revenue.
Oh, lit. I didn't know that. So it goes in. Oh, okay. Well, we learned something. So yeah, when you get a super chat, it goes to your Google AdSense. Dope. Well, hey. So thank you to Diana Gladney for the super chat. Thank you to Monty Weaver for the super chat. These are all people that have dope channels, by the way. Please go check them out, guys. Their channels out. Shout out to David Blackman on the super chat, man. I'm humbled that you guys would just share your hard-earned income with me like that. I don't take that for granted. So I will definitely do the right thing with your money because I buy a lot of rice and beans. I'm vegetarian, by the way, too. So you don't got to worry about that. Oh, wow. You are? Wow. I see. I knew it, bro. I knew. So yeah. But so Monty Weaver actually had a question. He was the one that I told you backstage was like, how does he come up with those puns? Like, let's talk about that, man. Like, your puns are dope, bro. Like, are you a rapper for real, bro?
No, I'm white, so it doesn't work out that well. I'm not Eminem, so.
Oh my God. Like, he's not one of the best rappers in the world right now. I got you.
But it's just like, that's just a thing. I have an English degree. Like, that's what I went to school for. So like words and language has always been in my brain, and so have cheesy jokes. And like being a teacher and needing to disarm teenagers, a dumb joke will do it in a heartbeat. And I just kind of learned that along the way. And then I realized like, I wish I would have realized this sooner. Like, oh, I can do the same thing in my YouTube videos. And it has like the same effect of people like it, and it builds a community. And like there's one guy who will go to every one of my videos when it comes out, and he does a timestamp every time there's a pun, and then he rates it like 4 out of 10, 5 out of 10, and then gives me like a critique at the end of it. Wow. So now when I make my videos, I'm like not only thinking about this is what the video needs to be about and like the info I need to share, but I'm also like, okay, I don't want to miss an opportunity for a joke. Has it been 3 minutes since I did something? Like I spend more time doing the joke.
Yo, so you telling me as you're planning your content and writing it out, you're actually thinking of opportunities to kind of break the ice and put comical stuff in there. Wow, that's deep.
Trying to do it, especially with the intro. The intro, I try really hard to do something like that's visually appealing, interesting, and related to the topic. And then like there's like the little like curveball pun thing. And sometimes I can't get it, but sometimes I can. Sometimes you can see like I'll make one up as I'm recording, and you can just see the light bulb and the gear turning, which is like always hilarious to me. And sometimes they don't work out at all. So those are
I think you hit it pretty good. 9 times out of 10 you hit it pretty good, man. So
the bad ones are sometimes the best, though, the painful ones.
That's what's up, man. So that's just really quick. I'm just so really so I'm trying to kind of peel back the curtain on your creative process, because I saw a lot of things you do are like super, to me, in my opinion, seems labor intensive to me. That's no offense. I'm just saying. So I seen a time lapse on your Instagram of like you doing a video from start to finish. First of all, that's genius, by the way. I'm pretty sure people have done that, but I've never seen that. So on his Instagram, go to his Instagram, look at him do a video from start to finish. He time-lapsed the whole thing. And bro, you were in there getting it, bro. You're like doing the B-roll. You're doing a lot of work. Yeah. So I'm like, and then after that, I know, or before that, I know you hand draw all of your thumbnails. Like, you hand draw, and then now you're thinking of even between like intermittent in between the content, how can you constantly be hooking people? So we focus on like one main hook, and you're focused on hooks throughout your videos, which obviously work for you because you probably have a high audience retention rate. I'm pretty sure. Are pretty good. You think?
It depends. Those are the analytics that I like try to kind of stay away from, because one, I don't totally understand them, and two, like I feel like I could overanalyze. I know people who are like, well, at 2 minutes and 12 seconds, I said this word, and then people clicked out. So and I'm like, I will go crazy if that's what I try to do. But try to just like, I kind of look at audience retention as, did the people get what they clicked on? Whether that was entertainment or information, did they get what they clicked on? And every video is going to kind of go down because people leave, but as long as some people are making it to the end, that's a good thing.
Gotcha. But real quick, I'm trying to get better at a streamer, so they always say this: if you guys are finding value in this, if you could do me a huge favor and like click, I don't know how you could share it on YouTube though. So on Facebook it's just click share, but here I guess you would have to grab the actual link go on to your Facebook groups or your personal page and just say, hey, Eliseo and Tom Buck is live right now. They're chopping it up. I would really appreciate that. I guess that's what I'm supposed to do, right, Tom?
Yeah, that's good. There
That
is a share button right below the video, so if you click on it, it'll like auto share to Twitter or Facebook or
okay.
email or
Nice.
Reddit.
Yeah, email it. Yeah. Shout out to Full Gens on the super chat. Man, that's like $80. Man, I feel
Wow.
like I owe you 40 of it, Tom.
I'll look out for that check in the mail. I'm just kidding.
No, but so kind of getting back to the question, I mean, what the creative process? It may seem labor intense to me, but does it feel like that to you? And like how do you plan that? Like how I would love to hear like your creative process of like how you plan it, or like do you kind of shoot from the hip, or do you have your content planned out for the month, or like what's that process like?
It's kind of a combination of both. I think now I have a workflow that's good enough where I can do a lot of it just in my head and just kind of bullet point things out.
I wish, bro. I really do, bro.
Depending on what it is, though, like if it's a really in-depth like tech review or something, I'll definitely need more of a script, and I can't remember like all the numbers and all the specific details. But if it's more of me sharing something I know how to do, I'm pretty good at just like hitting record and just kind of walking through the steps along the way. I usually kind of what I've found is I've been riding my bike a lot lately. Because it's like it's great exercise, it's super fun, and sometimes when I'm riding, I just think about stuff, and sometimes it'll be video ideas, and I can kind of run through a video idea on a bike ride, and like for some reason it just helps me structure it. Like I guess it's the same, you could be running or something, but it just helps me structure it in a really good way. And then when I like get home and set up to do stuff, I feel like I've already rehearsed it and I can just kind of dive in. And then it's really pretty intense to then I usually film the talking head part first, which would be me sharing, talking about whatever it is. Lately I've started to add a second camera, so then that's like two cameras rolling. If there's a screen recording, the screen recorder is going. If I'm using separate audio recorders going. I get that done first, and that's a huge sigh of relief if I can get through that, because it's like, okay, that's the main heart of the content. And then it's just sort of like all of the icing on the cake, the B-roll, the product shots, that kind of stuff. So then I switch my lighting up, and that's usually fun because I just put on music and like get cool camera shots, take a
Wow.
thumbnail. Like that's really like that's like a really just fun part of the process.
Yeah.
Where I don't have to worry about like, oh my gosh, a dog barked, I have to redo this line now or
Yeah.
something.
No, but I mean, just I feel lazy, honestly. Looking at your content and hearing your process now, like I really got to step it up. Like I have no excuse, like, but I think, I mean, to be honest with you, and we're going to kind of transition into this, it really pays off for you, bro, because just 8 months ago, you hit 10,000 subscribers. I remember when you put that video up and you were like, the thumbnail is like, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And 8 months from now, you're at 50,000. Shout out to Diana Gladney. She just hit 10,000 and she's going for, she's going for 100K this year. My friend Marshall Fox, he just started his YouTube channel. He's going for 100K this year. So like, these are super uber talented people. Shout out to Monty Weaver. I know he's probably going for 100K this year. So like, I wanted to say like all the labor that you put into your videos truly pays off. I think that authenticity, I think that looking different on YouTube really pays off. So how do you feel about the 50K? Are you going for 100K this year or 200? Like, you don't get into the numbers. Like, what's your feel on that?
It's so hard to have like subscriber goals because I don't really have control over it. Like obviously like making more videos, making good videos is going to help, but like I think the month of November was insane. It was like I got like 8,000, 9,000 subscribers in November, which was unreal. And then, December was like 3,000, which was still unreal to me, but it was 6,000 less. And so I was like, but I didn't do anything different, like it was the same. So I don't know. I don't have control over that kind of stuff, but I do have control over like the quality of the video. I do have control over how often, how consistently I post the videos, which I know is pretty cliche YouTube advice. But just making sure that like every Thursday morning there's a video coming out. Try to make it as good as I possibly can. Try to put my own spin on it. Try to like, even if I'm doing something that's already been covered, trying to add my own like missing piece to that conversation or own perspective that might be a little different. So someone's getting something a little different out of it. And that's really helpful. 50,000 is like, I don't know. I remember making my first 40 YouTube videos and I had 26 subscribers, and I was just like, if I could just get 100 so I have a custom URL, I'll be happy. And it just seemed like that took forever. And so
Wow.
anything beyond that, 1,000 was ridiculous. 5,000, 10,000 was like, I didn't even know what to think. And anything beyond that has just been kind of like a pinch yourself moment.
Yeah.
Um, so I would love to have the silver play button for sure.
You're definitely gonna get that this year. But I just love how approachable and humble you are. So I can tell that you kind of disconnect from the traditional YouTube world, right? Because so many YouTubers, they just kind of caught up on themselves a little bit. Like, do you think like the teaching and with the children all the time, like does that keep you kind of grounded a little bit? Like what keeps you from getting totally engulfed into the YouTube world? Like,
I think so. I have noticed that sometimes it will seem like, which is very understandable if somebody's full-time content creation, especially, and it's a personal brand. So all they're doing all day is creating their own content, promoting their own thing, celebrating their milestones. I understand how you can get caught up in that, and you are your biggest fan at that point. And you kind of have to do that to an extent, but it's also like, it's nice to be able to take a step back and go, okay, like for me, I look at it where there's a lot of bad, scary things that can happen in the world. And if I'm at a point where I can sit down and record a video or edit a video, that means things are at least like pretty okay. And that's kind of
Wow.
like a privileged place to be.
Wow.
And so I try to just appreciate that. Especially, I mean, the last year, of course, I don't need to remind anyone the last year has been completely insane.
Wow.
And we've had friends and family members get sick. We lost
Wow.
our dog like really suddenly at the start
Wow.
of the pandemic out of nowhere. And then last summer I lost my dad, not to
Oh,
COVID, but it
jeez.
was just like those kinds of things.
Yeah.
Like YouTube just takes a different, it's just, I don't know. It puts it in perspective where it's a big deal. I mean, it's a huge part of my life. It's something I care about. It's something I would love to do full time at one point, but for now, it's like I just try to keep that in perspective. And teaching definitely helps because I mean, some of my students know about my channel, but it's not like I talk about it a lot because I just kind of feel weird about that. And you could feel cool about like I hit 10,000 subscribers today, and then you're like scraping gum off the bottom of the desk, or writing bathroom passes and this kid barfed in the trash can or whatever, and it's like
That will keep
it
you
will knock you
grounded.
down a
That
bit
will keep you grounded. That's so true. It's like, because I do music, so I'm always like performing, and I go, sometimes it's thousands of people at my shows, not for me, but like for other, like, other groups that maybe I may be opening for or something like that. And it's like, you get on your high horse, like, yeah, all these people cheering for me. And then you come home and now you're wiping a 2-year-old's butt. And it's like, yeah,
yeah,
like get back to the real world. So
very grounding.
I,
I've picked up a lot of dog poop, so that's like there have been times where it's been something like that, like you're at something that's celebrating you really well. Like I was really flattered. Year before last, I was our county's teacher of the year,
oh,
which is really
wow.
cool. We live in a
Yeah.
pretty big county, and that was like quite the honor. And it's a big deal, and you get recognition, and the news comes out, and it's a big thing. And then like literally, it's like go home and just scoop up some dog poop in the
Like,
backyard. And
honey,
like, yeah,
you're
all right,
late.
nobody cares.
You're late to
You
scoop
know,
up the poop. Yeah, that is
yeah.
amazing. Well, congratulations on being Teacher of the Year, man. I would love to like talk just a little bit about like what do you teach, and like how is that, like your students in school, like what's your whole feel on that, bro?
Yeah, I teach digital media, so that works out. I built my own. I teach public high school, and it's funny because sometimes like I'll mention it or I'll show something from in my YouTube channel, and people are like, "Wow, like what kind of rich kid school is this?" And it's like I teach in a super poor
Oh,
neighborhood. Like
wow.
we're a Title I school, which is just like
Like that's
kids
free.
are dealing with
Yeah, free lunch and
rough home
everything.
life. Free and
Wow.
reduced lunch. Like literally, it got to the point where they just gave free and reduced lunch to our entire student population because it
Wow.
was almost 100% anyway. And so it's definitely not a privileged thing, but it was great because uh, like they really value actual hands-on experience. So I'm a career technical education teacher, and 8 or 9 years ago, I started working in a digital media pathway and kind of rebuilding one at a different school. And 5 years ago, I got to come to my current school and start one from scratch. So it was like they had just rebuilt the school, so the facilities were brand new, and there was nothing in them. And it was literally like, here's the budget, you know, order the equipment that you need, set it up the way you want, write the classes you want to teach, and build the 4-year pathway that you want to work in. And that's what I've been doing for the past 5 years. And you know, that's cool because I get to work with the same students year after year for the most part. So it's not just like, oh, this one kid 1 year, but it's grades 9 through 12. And it's really pretty awesome to work with some kids from really annoying 9th graders to like 12th graders who are just like super cool people and doing really cool stuff. It's definitely exhausting. And, you know, the past year, of course, has just been a wreck, but yeah, that's pretty much my day job.
That's crazy, bro. Like, so I know, because I come from a family of educators, I know how taxing that job is. You can't do that job for money. I always say you can't be a teacher for money. You have to do it because you love what you do. You have to love the children, and they pull a lot out of you. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it just puts everything even more in perspective to what you leave that situation and then you kill it on YouTube. You come home and your work ethic is impeccable on YouTube, and I'm just, I feel like I feel like a bum now, for real. Shout out to, I believe your wife is in the comments. Heather.
Is she here? Heather just create. Is she up in here?
Yeah, she's up in here, man. Purple hair don't care.
There she is.
That's what's up, man. So cool. Yeah, the algorithm. That's the algorithm.
There we go. That brought us together. So
that's dope.
Yeah, I can't say too many bad things about the YouTube algorithm.
But cool, man. So so congrats on Teacher of the Year again. Congrats on 50,000 subscribers. I just want to pivot just a little bit. Let you know I represent the Ecamm crew. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah. So the Ecamm crew. Just want to talk just real quick about like Ecamm and like how you use it, how you incorporate it into your workflow. And your content creation and anything that you probably want to plug in with Ecamm, how maybe it helps you out. That'd be dope.
Sure. I first should probably learn from you because all the overlays and everything are amazing. I feel like I'm a baby Ecammer in comparison, but I really, really love Ecamm. It's like it just sort of unleashed everything that I wanted from streaming. So I use it not just. I don't record my YouTube videos with it. I just record in the camera just because it is just slightly better quality. But I do record. I do a lot of screen recording with Ecamm. I use it all day, every day for all of my classes because we've been teaching online since March. And I love using Ecamm because you can load in custom LUTs. You can adjust the picture. You can do overlays. Like no kid has an excuse when I'm like literally like the due date is right here, or I can like do a with Zoom screen sharing can be kind of weird sometimes, and all my kids are on like different devices, and so I never know when I share the screen what they're actually seeing. But I know that when we're in a Zoom meeting and I spotlight myself, I can share a scene in Ecamm that looks cool, and I know exactly what everybody's seeing. Like my little box is in the corner, the thing I'm sharing is right here. If I want to throw in a photo or something, I can just drag it in. Like it's so helpful. And then what I recently discovered was for little quick things, like I don't have like a big Patreon following or anything. There's a few people who've signed up for stuff like that, and I always feel bad because I'm like, I feel like I'm not doing enough on that. But with Ecamm, it's so easy. Like some days before work, I just come in, press record, just kind of give like a quick update, press stop, and I can just upload that right away. And it's like, oh, I'm done. I didn't even have to take a memory card out of a camera. Like there's no excuse not to do that stuff. And of course, for live streaming, my wife Heather and I, we use Ecamm every week. We do a live stream podcast together.
Nice.
It's called the Couples Table. You can find it on all things. Yeah, and it's great. And popping up the comments, like that's huge. Being able to have that up there and have the audience see comments and being able to brand things your own way is like. Yeah, I'm just such a fan of Ecamm.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, so they graciously made me an admin in the group. So I posted your video and like people were like loving the video, and so just thank you for using Ecamm and being an Ecamm user. That's pretty dope, man. Yeah. Actually, your wife said, this production format is amazing. Take notes, darling. That's what's up. Yeah, if you ever need overlays, I got you, man. I got you. Just hit me up.
Yeah, that's what I really need to work on. It's really
that's the thing. Basic. I always say a lot of streamers just use the blank canvas, but it's like what's gonna like stop people from scrolling, right? So like I want to have a scroll stopping like live stream. So that's kind of my go-to for that. But cool, yeah. So I mean, just really quick, like it's funny when I could say when I told when I told Two Buddy that you were coming on, it was like check out his wife and see if you can get his wife on the show. I'm like, listen, I already asked him. He said he'll come on, so we're just gonna rock with him right now. But I love how you guys are a team, and I think that's super important to have that type of support. You know what I'm saying? And you can like really just do a lot more when you have somebody in your corner that's kind of pushing you. So does she ever, do you ever find her like getting on your case, like, come on, you slipping, or you got to get in here and get this video done, or are you pretty much driven yourself with that?
No, I'm pretty good. Like I got my schedule and work ethic. She has her schedule, her work ethic. The thing that we do is like we're really good at obviously supporting each other. So when we finish videos before we upload them, we'll like run them by each other just for like a final seal of approval.
Nice.
And what we see each other do in our videos, it kind of like pushes us, like, even if she's not huge into the production side of things, she'll just might notice the way I'm editing something or the way I'm lighting something. And then she just recently, maybe like 2 or 3 months ago, like totally redid her studio setup and
Nice.
kind of switched things around. And it looks so good now. And then last month in December, she did a 31-day upload challenge. She uploaded every day for 31 days,
Oh,
which
wow.
ridiculous. But she every video was like leveling something up, and then I was sitting there like, oh, okay, now I need to like level up a little bit. So
Wow.
it's not competitive because we're not even in the same space really, but it's just like it's more like motivating and inspiring to be
absolutely
to just sort of figure it out. And I love that. That's really, really cool, because when you do content creation online, it's like you're speaking a different language, and if you don't have somebody in your world that you can talk to in that language, it can feel isolating, and you can feel kind of weird, and you're just sort of floating with these thoughts, and it's great to be able to share them with someone.
That's what's up, man. I believe that too. And let me ask you, who are some of like the YouTubers that you like? I'm gonna ask you too. I'm gonna ask you big YouTubers that we might all know, and then I want to ask you like YouTubers that we may not know, like on both of them. Who are some of your favorite big YouTubers that you really like look up to?
Well, aside from Heather Just Create.
Yes. See, you know what time it is, right? I get you.
I mean, if we're looking at really, really big ones, like she actually did turn me on to PewDiePie, who my students loved, and I was just like, no, I don't need the guy that streams at video games. But then I kind of like understood him more and what he does, and I just sort of like appreciated what he brought to the platform.
Yeah.
Obviously, like Casey Neistat was a huge inspiration and a big reason for starting a channel. But currently, like the stuff that I'll watch, I do like small is a very relative term, but in terms of bigger creators, there's like MKBHD is always one of my favorites, because even though he's huge now and has like a team of people, he's still like the same guy, the same person he was when he was just like a kid in front of a webcam. And I love that. So I just like trust him. I love Caleb Pike is someone in the video space.
He's nice. That's the DSLR guy, right?
Yeah, DSLR video shooter, and he's had his channel forever. And I remember watching him in like 2010, and that was one of the first times, like watching some of his early videos, where I was like, it'd be really cool to make a video where I like talk about something that I know how to do. And then I didn't do it for like 7 years, but it was cool to like, that was one of the first people to think about it. And then he's still doing it. And I love that so much. I don't have my phone. I was going through my subscription feed. I've been trying to find more female creators, because especially in like the photo video world, it seems really male dominated. And especially like there are a lot of white guys in their 30s talking about cameras.
Wow.
And I am a very self-conscious now when I'm another white guy in my 30s talking about cameras, because I'm like, how much more do we need? How many more like scruffy beards do we need talking about the same thing? Everyone offers their own thing.
That's low key. No, that's low key super transparent, bro. Like, I'm actually surprised you said that, because everybody thinks that, but nobody says that. So I'm like so surprised that you said that. Like, that's no cap. Yeah, man.
Well, the thing that really gets to me is I never realized. I mean, this might be going in a direction I don't know if we need to go in, but I kind of never realized the effect that might have had on me when I was thinking about starting a YouTube channel or interested in stuff, being able to go to the platform, type in something, and see people who kind of look like me talking about it
Wow.
probably did make it seem like
More real.
it was
Yeah.
okay for me to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whereas, like, I think of my students, the area I live in is like mostly Hispanic.
Yeah.
And most of my students, not most, but actually probably the majority who are really into it are female.
Wow.
So when I think of like a female Hispanic like student going to
Wow.
YouTube and like looking up filmmaking stuff, looking up
Wow.
design stuff, and seeing like how would they feel if they saw more people that kind of look like them, would it make a difference? I
Wow.
think it might. I don't know.
I don't think I could have any more respect for you, bro. Like you're getting deeper into my respect bucket. Like that's so real. Like, so yeah, Diana Gladney, who I was telling you about, she's actually a African American. She gets into the photo video space, and you know, she's I don't know if she's in her 30s. She might be in her 20s. I don't know, but I think what you said is just so real. We got Doc Rock on the stream. Doc Rock. Have you ever heard of Doc Rock?
Oh yes, he's helped me out with Ecamm a lot.
Okay, dope. So yeah, he actually, I'm gonna invite you to the group. He has a group called Let's Get Live, and like we all get in there and we go live and we help each other out. So yeah, man, he's super dope, and he's definitely not a middle-aged white guy with a scruffy beard. So you know, he's a sensei. He's a sensei. So yeah, man, shout out to Doc Rock for checking in.
Yeah.
So yeah, and we're almost done, bro. I'm not gonna hold you up too much longer, but so
Having a blast.
yeah. So what about like so were you saying like Caleb was among, like along the smaller YouTubers that you were saying?
Well,
I
I mean,
guess
he's huge now, but I just love it when people are good at what they do. There's one guy who's one of my favorite channels. His name is Luke Towan. He just crossed over 1 million.
Wow.
He's from Australia, but he just does scale models, like miniature, really detailed scale modeling. It has nothing to do with what I do,
Yeah.
but it's fascinating, and he's so good at it. And he's like an airline pilot or something. So he's got a YouTube channel with like 1 million subscribers, but his day job is he's a pilot. And then he comes home and just makes these models, makes these really cool videos about it.
Yeah.
And it's fascinating, and I love that. And then I've been finding, I got really into Fellow Filmmaker is a great YouTube channel. I had her name's Heather, not my wife Heather, a different Heather who runs that. I've been really into her channel because she's been growing really quickly this year, but it's very practical. Like she kind of talks about there's a filmmaking world on YouTube, but it seems like there's pieces of the conversation missing, and she just kind of fills in those gaps with
Oh wow.
very practical, down to earth. Like everybody's out talking about the $15,000 camera she bought or they bought, and she's like, "Hey, here's like a way to use, you know, stuff that you already have, or a way that you would actually do something on a client project." And I love just the down to earth, like do it yourself approach. So I'm a big fan of any channels that do that. Of course, like Becky and Chris are just super fun, like nerds with this stuff who own a helicopter, and I love watching their videos too.
That's what's up. So let me ask
yeah,
you,
I mean, there's a lot.
I do have two questions that I definitely want to ask you because I believe you're very insightful. I believe you will definitely give us some insight on this. The first question is, where do you see like YouTube? Like, is there any trends that you're seeing on YouTube as a creator that we should be paying attention to? Far as like, it may be something like maybe something simple that we may be missing. I know a lot of people are saying start to make shorter content between like 4 and 8 minutes. Don't go any longer. But then again, I was in a room the other day in a clubhouse, and dude was saying he uploads 3-hour videos, and that changed the game for him. So it's like conflicting but you know, it don't have to be about time length. But do you see any trends that you like, man, I gotta get on this, and this is where YouTube is going trend wise? Do you see anything coming down?
Trends are tricky because for me, at least, I'm just kind of slow on the uptake. And so I've sort of found that by the time I notice something is a trend, it's kind of like on the back end. And if I were to jump on it, it would just be like, oh, it'd be like starting a fidget spinner channel.
Yeah. Oh my Lord.
So like, I'm not really good with trends, but what I notice are just sort of like, I can sort of feel like maybe, I don't know what the word is, vibes in like the community. And so, for example, one thing was this past year in the camera world, there were just a ton of camera releases.
Yes.
I've never been tired of talking about cameras until last year. And it was like, I was so tired of everybody telling me about this $4,000 camera is amazing. No, this $4,000, this. And it was just like, I'm just done with it. And what I started noticing was, you know, early last year, you could literally just put the title of a camera in the title of your video, and the video would go nuts because people were psyched about it. Now I see the same thing where people are putting like, hey, it's the Sony A7S III, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
And the video doesn't do well at all.
Wow.
And it's like, I feel like there's a fatigue with that sort of thing. And it's almost like with drones, you know, like drones
Yeah.
came out, everybody was psyched about, you can get pictures from the sky, this is crazy. And then
Wow.
drones got really good, and then
Wow.
everybody got drones, and then nobody really cares about drone footage. It's how you're using it
Wow.
now. So it's like, if you can throw a drone shot in your video because it's adding something to the video, it's amazing. If you're just doing gratuitous like aerial footage for no reason, you know,
Yeah.
nobody really cares. And so it's kind of like, I just sort of try to just stick to my own thing, and
Yeah.
I don't know, I don't know how
That's
to like,
no, that's legit. Like so many people are busy like looking for trends or looking for this or that, or trying to beat the algorithm or trying to stay ahead of the curve. But it's like just
I
stick
will
with.
say,
Go ahead.
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead, bro. This is you, bro.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I will say to actually answer the question in a concrete way, I've noticed, at least for me, you know, audio related stuff, microphones, podcasting gear, and live streaming stuff has been hugely popular in the past year for pretty obvious reasons. But that's been, you know, people want to start their own setups, they want to get their own thing going, and they want to be able to do it like as one person at home. So that world is definitely like growing
Wow.
like crazy.
Yeah.
So that may be a trend that is actual.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I actually bought a bunch of gear, and you know, my wife is like, "You need to start using that gear or doing something." So I said, "What I'm gonna do is I'm going to just start my channel, the content creation, monetization side of what I'm doing on just reviewing the gear I have. I'm actually going to be studying your channel on how you do your your B-roll is sick,
Oh, thank
bro.
you.
Your
Take
B-roll,
pride in that.
and when I seen the time lapse, I saw you taking these little lights, putting it behind the object, and putting it like you were doing some ventriloquist like acrobat stuff, getting your B-roll. But it makes sense because your B-roll is just out of here, like, man. So
Oh, thank you.
yeah, so I mean, my next part of my question, because content creation, and I also like to talk about monetization. Like, for you, have you had a bunch of brand deals or companies come at you like, "Hey, would you do this?" Like, how is that going? Like, how has that been?
That's a real important question, because anybody who starts doing YouTube stuff much sooner than you think will start getting emails from some from companies and some just from like weird Amazon resellers or whatever.
Yeah,
And I think it's really important to be really selective with that stuff, because you can easily damage your reputation or break the audience's trust if you're just saying yes to everything, and every video is sponsored, and every look at this weird device that I got, this other thing, and it's all like kind of crummy weird products that no one would actually buy. So I am I'm very picky with that kind of stuff, almost to a fault.
yeah,
I put together last year this like ethics statement that I made it's on my website. There's links to it in all my video descriptions. And it's kind of like a bullet pointed list of, you know, how I approach sponsored content or brand deals or free products or
nice.
whatever. I wanted that to be public so that it wasn't just in my brain. I could see like,
Wow,
the
full
list.
disclosure. Yeah,
So that brands could see it, and then so that anyone in the world could see it, and everybody kind of knows where I'm coming from. So I've actually only ever done one officially sponsored video so far.
wow.
But you know, every once in a while, like yesterday, I got this completely insane care package from Nanlite, which makes like these amazing lights, like they're like tube lights that look like lightsabers and stuff.
Yeah,
But you know, they talked to me for a long time. We went through that. I sent them my ethics statement, which for a company is like they have to crawl through broken glass and agree to all this. You know, it's like, I will not make a video for a free product. I will not let a company review a video before I post it. I will not let a company tell me when to post something. Companies have no say over my social media, anything like that. Like, it's very unfriendly to brands. But you know, if you have a library of content, the brands can look at it and go, okay, like, we don't need to approve your video because we know what you do, and we know it's going to be good. So by the time they're there to support you, they're like really on your side.
yeah.
Some of them you'll say like, yeah, I'll read this ethics statement, tell me what you think, and you'll never hear from them.
Yeah.
But others will do that, and it's cool, not just to get deals going or to get free products or anything, but just to build relationships. And you never know when you might have an idea where you're like, oh my gosh, I should reach out to this company and see if they could help out with this. Or, you know, just having those relationships and that support is really cool, even if it never makes its way into a video.
Yeah.
I'm really selective, but I have found that by being selective, and saying no to a lot of things, it's let me open doors with the brands and the companies and things that I actually care about, that,
Wow.
stuff I've been spending my money on for years anyway.
Yeah.
So it's not like I'm not telling you about a VPN service that I don't use or something.
Yeah, I remember when I hit 10,000 subscribers, I got literally, I don't know if there's like a machine that says this channel has hit 10,000 subscribers, start bugging them. But
Yeah.
I got like immediately 3 emails. One was from a lapel mic. They was like, here's a free lapel mic, do a review. The other one was from a software. They were like, here's the free software for a year, do a review. And the last one was from something, I don't know. But I end up not doing none of the videos because I didn't feel genuine doing it. You know what I'm saying? And plus they didn't pay no money. They were just like giving me the stuff for free. But
Yeah, make a video for a lavalier microphone,
yeah,
like
$40.
$40.
Yeah, so I totally agree. Like they start coming quicker than not. But let me ask you, like, do you see yourself like going into content creation full time, completely monetizing what you're doing, maybe courses or trainings, or do you see?
Yeah, that's my 2021 goal, really. In a big
You
way.
heard it here first. You heard it here first.
Yeah, I need to say it out loud, otherwise it won't ever become a thing.
Yeah.
But what I've been trying to do though is, like, I think probably a while ago I could choke it to life. I think around the time my channel was at like 25,000 subscribers, if I really wanted to, I could have like dove in and made that a full-time thing, but it would have been a lot of like accepting brand deals maybe I didn't want, or making videos I wasn't that into. And what I've decided to do is take longer and just do it the way that I want to do it.
Wow.
So that way, if it happens, because there's no, the bottom could fall out tomorrow, you never know. But if it gets to that point where it would be a sustainable full-time thing, that it is on my terms, I get to create the content I want to create, work with the people I want to work with, do it my way, because that's the life I would want. Like, if I'm working for someone else, I already have a good job that has a decent salary and health insurance and stuff. Like, I'm not gonna throw that away just to do a lesser version for somebody else. Like, if I'm gonna leave that, it's got to be for something even better and something that's like purely mine for me on my terms. That's kind of like my ultimate goal. But I think at this point, my channel, even though there's no sponsored videos or anything, not that there never would be, but there just aren't. There's like 10 revenue streams coming in from it. They're like affiliate programs, which, by the way, Ecamm has been amazing. Their affiliate program.
Yo, I saw 4 Ecamms. It was like $200. I'm like, well, hold on now. Y'all didn't tell me it was that lucrative. I think they give you like a whole year's like premium up front or something. I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah, Ecamm's affiliate program is like one of the best. So join that.
Yeah.
But that stuff is great. And those are unobtrusive. Like, you just put a link in a description. You don't have to make a big deal about it. It can be, at least for me, because I talk about a lot of gear, I would need to link to it anyway. So it's like, it might as well just be an affiliate link.
Yeah.
There's no reason not to. And then doing a course is huge, because looking ahead, like if I were to leave, like public school, public education at some point, I have, 11 years of teaching experience. I don't want to just throw that away.
Yeah.
And I love the idea of like doing focused courses. So I'm in the process of like starting work on my very first course, which the goal is to have it out before the end of this academic year. So by like June, to have that out.
Take my money, bro. Take my money, bro. Straight up.
It's going to be a podcasting course. So,
nice.
I think that's the thing that it'd be nice, concrete, simple, super fun.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that. So yeah, just kind of branching out, doing that stuff, and then doing sponsored content sparingly, but in good ways where people are like, I don't want to just sit there and here's 2 minutes in the middle of my video where I'm talking about something different for a while.
You didn't do the good old. Wow.
I wanted to be like, something. Gerald Undone is wonderful. Like, speaking of other creators, he does sponsored content a lot, but he does it in interesting ways, and he uses his sponsorships a lot of times to do things that he couldn't do without them.
Yeah.
And that's what I think is great. It's like, it's really leveling up the video, and it's making it better, and it's an authentic fit, and the ads are even funny and enjoyable, so I don't even mind watching them.
That's what's up. Your wife is like, he's finally talking about it. It sounds like she's been on your case about it. Like, hon, it's
for like 4 years.
It's just like, it's time to pull the trigger. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, she would be thrilled.
That is what's up, man. Yeah, I got my first YouTube check, and I was like thinking, yeah, it's time for me to go full time. My wife was like, listen, you better get that check now. You better figure this out. So before I let you go, I gotta ask you because I'm a music guy. I saw you like
Mm,
you got so many instruments behind you. So I
I do.
played keyboard for my church. I came up in the band, so I played lower brass in the band. I was in like all the bands coming up. I was in literally
Nice.
marching band, symphonic band, jazz band, concert band, pep
Nice.
rally band. So I see with all these instruments. Like, do you play? Like, what is that for you?
I've been playing for a long time, but I was the like I've got a Casio keyboard at home guy, and so I was not like a pro musician. I started playing guitar in high school, and I just love it. I've been, which is like that's almost like 20 years ago now, but
Wow.
I definitely don't sound like I've been playing for 20
Yeah.
years. But it's just so much fun. And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
5 or 6 years ago, when I bought our house, I like the first thing I did was buy a drum set because that had been on my dream list since I was like 10 years old, and
I
I was
saw
like,
you on IG going to town on that drum set. You're like,
I
I'm like,
love the
this
drums.
guy he is getting some stress out on this drum set right now.
Yeah, it is a good stress reliever. Sometimes I like tend to like I always end up walking away and there's like blood on my hands. I'm like, what did I don't know how this happened. Like, what did I do?
That's what's up,
But yeah,
man.
it's music is just it's such a great outlet, and that's where like a lot of the bands I grew up listening to and stuff was a lot of like, punk rock style stuff, which was very like do it yourself, just make it happen your own way. And that philosophy has just like burned into my brain and kind of carried over into teaching and YouTube.
Man, that's awesome, man. Well, hey, man, I definitely just wanted to kind of get that take. I mean, we kind of talked about a lot. We talked about some YouTube
This was
stuff,
so
some
much.
school stuff, some music. I mean, is there anything that you could think of that maybe you wanted to talk about? And we're gonna hold you as a community. We're gonna hold you to going full time on full time content creator in 2021. We're just gonna speak that it's gonna be successful. I know you said that it might all fall through the roof tomorrow, man. It's not falling through the roof, bro. Like you've built an amazing community. Like you're solid on with everything you do. Like I said, you're a sniper with your content. So just be positive, bro, and get your ducks in a row, man. And this could be like a 6-figure year for you, just content wise. Wouldn't that be crazy?
It's crazy.
Just to
What
wake
how
up. Yeah, man, just to wake up and get paid really well for something that you love doing is just mind blowing. So we're just gonna speak
yeah.
that to you, man. So what else do you got for us? Do you have any last thoughts that you want to just tell the community? We have about 21 people watching. Any encouraging words
Yeah.
or anything that you got coming up?
Well, I mean, just kind of going off what you said, I think it really hit home kind of the magic of this because sometimes if I talk to, like, my mom will call me and she'll be like, congratulations on, this milestone, which I'm like, please don't watch. Like, it just, but it's cool. I appreciate the support, but I also know like it wouldn't matter if I was making like 7 figures on YouTube. If I said like I'm gonna do this full time, she would have a panic attack. So I know there's a generational thing because the stuff that we can do now just wasn't there before. But I think what you just said drives it home. Like you can make a real living if you put in the effort and things
Yeah.
kind of work out. It's preparation, it's effort, it's a little bit of luck or a lot of luck sometimes. But it can happen. And I think the fact that you can do that and you can share it with people all over the world, like that's so exciting to me. And that's something that it almost feels like a crime not to dive into that.
Yeah.
So the biggest thing, like my biggest regret with YouTube is that I didn't start earlier. Like I said, I saw, Caleb Pike in 2010 and was like, this would be cool. And then I started my channel in 2017. Like I
Wow.
wish I had clicked that sign up button,
Yeah.
years earlier. So
Wow.
if there's that part of anybody that's just a little pull of like, I wish I could do that. I should start maybe one day I will, like, just jump in. It does not have to be perfect. You don't
Wow.
have to have all the great gear. Like, just start with what you have, get going, like build it up, put in the reps, and it will
Wow.
start growing. And the sooner you start, the better, because you really just can't get better like until you get started. And
Wow.
if there's any part of you that wants to do it and you're not doing it yet, just do. Some company should make that their slogan. Just do it.
I know. I've never heard of that before. That's a good
Yeah,
one, man. Yeah.
I'll copyright that one.
Well, that's
Trademark.
dope, man. Yeah, so I will say once again, man, thank you for just agreeing to come on the show. Like, so I have this thing, like, if I think somebody's dope, I just don't have a filter. I'll reach out. Like, I know, like I said, I know you don't know me from a can of beans, bro. Like, you could have,
No, thank you.
no, you could have legit been like, dude, go fly a kite somewhere. And you were just like, sure, yeah. And I was just like, man, I'm just blessed that you would just be my inaugural show for creators on the come up. Once again, this is sponsored by TubeBuddy, powered by Ecamm, the whole Let's Get Live community, content ecosystem. We're in here. And once again, I just want to say thank you for just taking an hour out of your busy day. I know you're a busy guy. I already know that. But yeah, I just truly appreciate it. We're going to be like backing you. We're going to see you hit that silver play button this year. That's going to be
Thank you.
lit.
This has been so much fun. I appreciate it. Like, I'm honored that you'd consider me as a guest and have me be on your inaugural live stream on YouTube. That's amazing.
I appreciate it, man. So yeah, as soon as you hit that, I'm looking for that 100K video and hit that million. Yeah, that's gonna be dope, man. But yeah, besides that, yeah. So I think I'm gonna jump in a clubhouse. Would you mind maybe just jumping in there for a few minutes and chopping it up with some of the people on the stream?
Sure. I'll have to go grab my phone, but I can totally do that.
So I think I want to do is, so we were, so I'm always tweaking, right? So I was thinking, how about us, like, how can we incorporate, what is it called, Clubhouse, into our live streams? Because I think that would just be so dope. And what I like about it is, you see, people will be asking you questions in the comments, but then you can't focus on the live stream. You got to look at the comments, and then it's like a lag. How about we have, like something like this in the Clubhouse? We can pull it through our iPad to the phone. Not the phone, but the screen, and then we can have you and me on stage or whoever on stage, and they can actually talk to you in real time while we're live streaming, while we're in Clubhouse.
Yeah.
You want to try something like that out real quick?
I'd totally be happy to do it. I have my Roadcaster here. I can just go grab my phone. I can totally spend
just a few minutes. Yeah. Diana Gladney's on the stream. Do y'all got my Diana Gladney, Doc Rock? Do y'all have my Ecamm invite link? If so, y'all can jump on the stream. Have you ever done interview mode, Tom? Like with a few people?
A couple of times. Yeah. I've never really been on this side. This is much easier. I like that.
Yeah, we're just gonna bring see if we can get the so I have my other. Okay, hold on. Go ahead, get your phone, bro, and
okay. I will be. It's gonna be a blank screen for a second.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, y'all. We actually just doing this on the fly, but let me see. I didn't prepare for this.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Okay.
There we go. All right, and then I can plug this into here.
Yeah, I'm plugging up too. We're gonna open up a. Sorry, I should have had this all ready to go. Honestly, I actually forgot I wanted to do this.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, because I think we tried it the other day. Let me get rid of this. I'm gonna get rid of this. Hey, if y'all have my Doc Rock, Diana Gladney, if y'all have my invite link, y'all jump in on the stream if y'all can. If y'all can't, don't worry about it. But let me see here.
Oh, there you are.
All right, so I'm gonna start a room, and it's gonna say I'm gonna say. We're gonna tweak out a little bit. All right, so my iPad Pro is up here. All right, so I would start a camera overlay, and I would change this to iPad Pro. Boom. Okay, so then can you see that on the screen?
I can see it. It's tiny, but I can see it.
Yeah, it's tiny. Yeah, so I just have to change the dimensions. Bro, this is exciting to me, right?
This is the stuff I love, figuring these kind of things out. It's amazing.
So, all right, cool. So I'm just going to start a room, and I'm going to say, like, no, I don't want to do that. Hold on, in room. So start a room. Yo, by the way, this Clubhouse is legit. I know you're super busy, so you can't get into it, but when you can get into it, bro, it's kind of like a low-key game changer, bro. Like,
yeah, I mean, the people you can just randomly run into, it's awesome. I kind of like. I feel bad saying this. My wife and I, Heather and I, were talking about this. Like, the fact that it's invite only, it feels bad that something is like exclusive, but it's kind of nice because it filters out like
yeah, exactly,
the weird stuff.
All right, cool. So I put Tom Buck live stream after party.
Yeah.
So
I like it.
I'm gonna hit set topic, and I'm going to set topic, and I'm gonna hit let's go. Right now, you can jump in here, bro.
Okay, I just need to figure out how to find it. Oh wait, there it is.
Yo,
Bam. Oh, dude, too dope, bro.
Okay.
All right, so let me mic
See.
check. Oh, why did it go black? Okay. So I got to bring all y'all up to the stage. Invite to speak. All right, when y'all come up to the stage, like just mute
yo,
your.
what's going on?
Hey, what's up, bro? Could you mute your mic?
Yep.
All right, so man, this is dope.
All right. I see my thing bouncing up.
All right, cool. So I'm gonna invite everybody on stage, and I'll just let them like ask a question. Just ask a question. Do you have your earphones to your phone in? Hold on.
I think I can hear from Clubhouse.
Oh, you can hear from Clubhouse or hear from our live stream.
Clubhouse.
Okay, Clubhouse. Oh, Heather's in here. Cool. All
Yeah,
right.
there's some cool. We got Luis is here. T's here. Jared is here.
So I don't think you need. Do I sound echoey? Do I sound?
To me, no.
No. Okay.
Nope.
All right. So hey, if you want to jump on stage, please jump on stage and talk to Tom. He's on the live stream and he's on Clubhouse.
This is cool.
Yeah, this is crazy. Do you see it on the screen too, bro? Do you see this on the screen?
Yeah, I guess I don't know why I don't need to look at my phone. It's the same thing.
All right. So if y'all want to talk to Tom, ask a question.
Hey, Eliseo, DM me the link.
Oh, man. All right. So, yeah, if anybody has a question, you can go ahead and talk to Tom. If you want to come on stage, feel free
Hey,
to come
Tom.
on stage.
Hey.
What's going on? It's Dr. Elo. I'm also a creator, so I'm a small creator, but I do have a day job as well. So I just want to ask you, how do you manage to do so many videos and work that day job? Because that's, for me, it's been hard, but I know it's not impossible. But there's a way.
Yeah, it's really tough. Fortunately, like being a teacher, I do have summers off, and so what I did in summer of 2019 was I worked my butt off to make extra videos. So even though I do one video a week, can you hear me okay? I want to make sure.
Yeah, you're perfect.
Okay, good. So even though I can do one video a week, I kind of made extra videos. So since then, for the past year and a half, I've been 3 to 4 videos ahead. So even though a video comes out every Thursday, I have 3 or 4 other ones scheduled out. So it's basically like a month ahead. And that really helps. I'm still making a video a week, but it's not necessarily being published that week. But it adds in cushion. So like when something happens, life gets busy, I get sick, whatever, I can kind of like miss a week and no one will ever know. That's been a lifesaver. It was really hard to build up that library to kind of work off of, but once I did that, the stress was just like, because I was getting really stressed out. I was starting to get kind of sick sometimes and just exhausted, and I needed to change it, but growing my channel was a priority, so I didn't want to stop that, you know?
That's amazing. And how do you stay relevant? How do you choose? Because, new stuff comes in every single week, like reviewing new stuff. Like, do you choose like for that month, whatever you can do, and whatever stays relevant, whatever not, it's still, the video is still going out?
Actually, that's a great question. I kind of just do my own thing. I sort of just share what I'm interested in at the moment, which may or may not be relevant to some people, but it can be searchable and replayable later, hopefully. But it was actually T is in here. He did a video on his camera channel today where he talked about, instead of like always doing the next latest and greatest thing, but making like multiple pieces of content about something. And that's what I've been doing, because just like he says in that video, if it's something like the Rodecaster, people are going to look at the video about it and go like, oh, I want to get the Rodecaster. But once they have it, they're going to want to know, what do I do with it? How does this work? What's bad about it? And it's not just about like reviewing the next thing, but it's, here's a tool. how can you use it? How can you keep using it? And I kind of feel like there's something really authentic about seeing someone review something and then continue to use it. I hate it when someone does a review and they're like, this is the best thing in the world, I love it, and then you never see it on their channel again.
Wow.
And you're just like, what is that?
I appreciate it, man. That's really good. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Cool. If anybody else has a question, we got them for about another 15 minutes. And go
Tom,
ahead.
you don't know it yet. Eliseo didn't tell you, but watch when Miss Diana Gladney opens up her mic and hear her Rodecaster Pro in Clubhouse. Go ahead, Miss D. Go ahead and knock Tom out real quick.
Hold on, let me get her on the screen here. All right, so Tom, I have to create. We're doing this
she's in Clubhouse right now.
Oh, go ahead, Diana.
What's up, fam?
Oh, there's an echo.
The quality, though.
She said
so
quality.
you got to mute the one going into the computer or something like that. Doubling up, that's all.
Okay.
Oh, wow. There's no echo now.
All right, go ahead. But I can't hear nothing. But now I can't hear nothing, Diana. Hello? Hello? I'm sorry. You still there, Diana?
Are you talking to her in the computer or
I don't know. Might check. So this is fun. Like, we're figuring this out on the fly. All right. So I'm gonna make a camera overlay. I think that's the problem. I haven't made a camera overlay yet and brought her onto the screen. So edit camera overlay.
Eliseo, you got me muted in Ecamm. That's why.
Oh.
I'm unmuted, but you have me muted, so I can't undo that.
Oh, how do
Damn.
It sounds good though.
All right, hold on. Sorry, y'all. Out of all these people, I'm the newest Ecamm user. So, all right. So we got Diana on the screen. Edit overlay. Make this a circle. Boop. So that is. Do you see him? Do you see her? I mean,
I love that setup.
That is Diana Gladney, the queen. We call her Queen D around these parts. Let me go ahead and get assigned Doc Rock. We got Doc Rock in here. Man, I am just blessed to have all these legends on my stream. Look at this, man.
This is a crazy group of people.
Doc literally just had a...
Let's get live, baby.
Oh. All right, so this is Doc Rock. This is Diana. So is this really working or not really? Is it like a feedback joint y'all getting?
No, I'm good with where you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just flipping between. I'm noticing, like, if you're live and I'm listening, it's compounding a bunch of stuff. Me?
No, you're good, Miss D.
Okay, because I'm not sending the audio through Clubhouse or whatever right now, but it's like to flip between, because you have the phone audio and then you have the computer audio that's hooked in via USB. So it's getting two of the same channels. So while the phone is actually doing the true mix minus into the Rodecaster Pro and all of that for like the Clubhouse audio, it can't help the fact that it's also getting audio from me being on the stream.
Gotcha.
And y'all are literally saying the exact same thing. So it's two audios that literally is properly mixed minus and all that, but they're simultaneously. So you got to mute like for who you're talking to or whatever. It's kind of weird.
So
yeah, and my hood fix for that so far is I got AirPods in one ear listening to Clubhouse.
Yep.
And I got my KZ and ZSM Pros listening to the Ecamm feed. But you know, when I would produce like music award shows and stuff, that's how we did it. We was one listening to the room and the other side listening to the director in the truck yelling at us.
Wow. So Tom, can you hear everybody?
I can hear everybody. I see there's a comment in YouTube that says they couldn't hear Diana on Clubhouse. Yeah, I don't know, but I hear everybody, and everybody sounds great, and everybody looks great. So
that's because I muted it specifically to make sure that y'all could hear me on the stream until I could figure out the workaround for the both. So it's just like pause for the cause for the people in the stream. Like, this is hard.
This is a nerd heavy, bro.
I'm just lowering the slider when I talk so I don't hear my own echo, but then bring it up when I'm down.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, that's a mixed minus thing, Tom. I don't know why I'm teaching this guy how to use a Rodecaster Pro. I learned everything I know about Rodecaster Pro from him. So let me just shut up.
Well, I think it's what Diana said. I've got mixed minus, because I had my Rodecaster, my computer audio is going into the Rodecaster through USB, which is mixed minus. But then my phone is connected for Clubhouse on a different channel, which is actually not even brought up right now. But I still hear. I don't hear an echo for anybody except myself.
Exactly, because it's like two. It's not a. It's instead of it echoing back and forth, it's just two simultaneous, like true audios. You know, like if we were playing music on the computer and it's feeding that. Yeah, it's not really a true echo. It's just two simultaneous of the same, kind of like a phasing thing if you had two microphones, but it's just so much going on. So this is very interesting.
Cool. So we're gonna take a couple questions from the clubhouse, and then we'll let you go, bro. I don't want to keep you on here too much longer. So if anybody has a question on clubhouse,
will let you know when it's time to go.
Who? Heather. She's like she's like, no, let's go. Heather, do you want to say something, Heather, in the clubhouse?
Hi.
I hear an echo because she's also on the other side of this wall. So
I just want to say, like, how cool is this that we're all connecting?
Yeah.
Super dope.
Yeah, this is fun. Yeah, super fun, super dope. So Heather, you're the brains behind the operation, huh?
Yeah, it's all part of the plan.
She writes all the videos.
Wow. He said that the algorithm hooked you two up. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure he went into the story, but he left me a YouTube comment. And that's what it started with.
Wow.
Well, let me tell you about checking back them comments. Indy was saying, well, maybe I'll get lucky.
That was my first time ever leaving a YouTube comment. Let me tell you, it wasn't a thing I did.
Those were the best two YouTube comments you ever left, man.
Yeah.
So we'll ask one more question to Tom while he's in here. If anybody has a question, please just lift your hand or ask it, and he'll answer your question. And then we'll just end the live stream, and we can chop it up inside the clubhouse for a little bit, and then we can all go to bed. Anybody has a question for Tom? No?
Hey, what's up, everyone?
It's Luis.
What's up, Luis?
Hey, Eliseo, thank you for giving me the time. I'm driving the car and working, so I've been late to the previous live stream and the current live stream. I'm just trying to catch up. So I just want to say what's up to everyone. Say hi to Heather and Tom. Thank you for sharing your time with us. I'm going to catch the replay. Thank you for the time, and I'll just let anyone else ask a question if they have it. Thanks.
That's what's up. Did y'all hear Echo too?
Yeah, I heard that. Luis is great, though.
Do you guys remember?
I was good on that one. I've just lowered my computer, and just since the audio is in real time on Clubhouse, and y'all can still hear me through the stream because Eliseo's playing it, I just brought my slider all the way down for the USB connection, and I'm only listening through Clubhouse because it's still real time for the stream. So I just took that one out, and it seems to be, at least on my end, working.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Oh, so should I just turn the interview? Oh, let me just turn the interview mode down for everybody.
I think that helps a lot.
I don't know if you guys,
Hello?
If you guys remember this, that reminded me of
that does
Reggae
work.
Sunsplash first came out. Boom, McGlaw. You hear the bass. Come on. So clear.
Hey, Diana, you're a genius. It worked. So no echo, right? For nobody, right?
Yeah, and the audio's in real time. It's just like doing a Zoom call or Skype, and they ask you if you want to connect through your phone audio or your computer audio. So I just kind of played it the same way, and it worked.
So this is Diana Gladney. This is why I follow her. Subscribe to her channel. She figured this out on the fly with Dot Rock, and now we have a stream that is not, doubled
I'll
up.
add this to the video for tomorrow.
It's not Echo Fest 2020.
But I was enjoying Reggae Sun Splash.
All right, so now that we got the audio figured out, who has a question for Tom? If you have a question for Tom, go ahead and ask him.
I have a question.
Well, go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
So what's been your...
Miss Diana from St. Louis, go ahead.
Hey, thank you. Why, thank you. It's my first time here on Club. Oh, no, just kidding. So what has been your, like, out of pure joy, no matter how good or bad it did on YouTube, like, what was your most favorite video to create?
I don't know if it's a favorite. Two come to mind. I'm going to get some real quick.
He's like, I'm gonna go. Did he say I'm gonna go get the videos?
Right. No,
so
he said
I talked about
something.
the channel I like that is about scale modeling. About a year and a half ago, I made a video where I 3D printed and airbrushed this scale model water tower.
Wow.
For no reason. And I freaking love that video. And it has like this ridiculous B-roll sequence of like this little water tower where it's like all super slick and lit really cool and edited all funky. I love that video. It makes no sense. It doesn't need to exist, but I love it. And then I went to Iceland a couple years ago and did a really cool video about like doing landscape photography in Iceland. And that video, like nobody watches it, but I love that video.
Wow.
But yeah, nobody watched them.
Diana Gladney and Doc, y'all pretty much familiar with. I know y'all familiar with Tom, but like, when was y'all first time like coming into his content? Can you remember?
When he was still called the Enthusiasm Project, and it was like maybe 3,000 or 4,000, I think.
Wow. Well, day one's in here.
Same for me.
Oh, well, thank you guys.
Project for sure. And I was actually it was funny when he switched his name. It was right about the time where I was thinking like, do I want to like make my channel something more swanky? But then I realized that keeping it your name was actually probably better, because then if you ever need to pivot your channel, you can just pivot it and you won't have something that doesn't match. And so Tom is probably one of the reasons why I tell people, if you're going to make your channel your name, then do that, because you can all of a sudden switch to baseball and it's cool because your name is still you.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm so glad I did that. And I kept the Enthusiasm Project as like my personal podcast is still called that. So I still have that name somewhere. But it also just made like people didn't know who I was. They'd watch my videos and they'd be like, hey, guy, like it's that guy from the thing. And I put my name on screen. I put it in the descriptions. I would say it in the video, like my name is Tom, and people still had no idea who I was. And just putting my name out there, like, it's really nice to get a message that's like, hey, Tom, do you blah, blah, blah? It just feels friendly. Like, I like it.
Wow.
Yeah, plus your name is easily marketable. You got knives and stuff. You know, it's kind of easy. You can make the system. Like when you start teaching your class, you know, you can Tom Buck the system.
Yeah. I was just telling my kids today about bucking it up. Yeah.
He said, "Bucking it up." Tom Buck the system. don't buck it up, brother. Don't buck it up, brother. But no, man,
I love it though, and that was the thing. Is like, to be honest, it made it harder. Just like, what was that channel name? It's like I remember it was like Blue, it was super vibrant, and then couldn't remember because it's like, yeah, you don't know the person's name. And honestly, I've thought about it, like, because the Entree Woman TV is just like, it's again something made up or something that you love, and it's like everybody knows me, or when they search, it's just my name. So it's like, I've really been thinking about that this year. Is just like literally cutting out the Entree Woman TV thing and just going for my name. And that's fine if like that it continues to roll over. Because like I call my community like the Entree fam or whatever. But it's always like that level of confusion. Like, is this food or like, what is this?
Wow.
Yeah, I'm at this point, I think most of the people who have found my channel have found it after the name switch. So they don't, most people only know it as me, which is weird. But it was one of the best things I did. I'm glad I did it sooner rather than later, because if it got bigger, or like, you know, I don't know, if you're in 6-figure channel and you try to change the name, I just feel like that'd be such a headache. So it's definitely something sooner rather than later for a name change is probably good.
Thank you for convincing me. We'll be done.
I was so married to the old name, I didn't want to let it go, and like now I couldn't care less. So yeah, it's great.
That's what's up, man. We got Monty in here. You want to say something, Monty? He was the one that asked about the jokes, the puns.
Yeah, I follow Tom's ever since the Enthusiasm Project too.
Oh.
So I'm just a huge fan of your work. Just because, you know, you can see when you have creators that don't have hundreds of thousands of followers, and you find someone that is just like really doing something special, like it gives you motivation to continue. So I've been following you for probably around like your 7,000 subscriber mark.
Thank you.
And just a huge fan of your work, man.
Thanks so much. I appreciate that. I really, really, really do appreciate that a lot.
Yeah.
And for the record, I'm sitting here watching this 3D printed tower get made.
Yeah, that's right. The end of that video, that's where that B-roll sequence is. I can guarantee you it is the coolest B-roll sequence of a 3D printed water tower on YouTube. I guarantee it.
That's
actually
hilarious.
Pretty rad, dude. You have another channel in if anything ever you get tired of like Rodecaster Pro and mics and stuff, well, you could do this.
Yeah, when all this fails, I'll just jump into that.
That's crazy.
So funny. And it's cool to see like using the Shure MV7, especially for those of us that follow your content, is like knowing that like you love the pod mics, you've been trying that out, and all kinds of stuff. So it's been really, it's like, so when we, now I can already tell you with Eliseo, he's a SM7B boy. So he points it out every time he sees it. And like, even when I got it at first, and I was just like,
on the SM7B or him using I was gonna say something, but I was like, nah, I can't. Not the pod mic, not the pod mic.
kind of just like in the way. So that's really the reason. And the Shure seems to, I do really like the sound on this microphone.
Yeah, really nice. And I see Eliseo's fumbling with his audio because he hasn't watched any of your Rodecaster Pro videos enough to set one up. So he can't do where he's getting the dope audio like the. And I'm only throwing him under the bus because he blames me for all his M50 Canon M50 purchases. And like, I clearly am not the only person that have made videos. So I'm just going for the gold while I'm here.
Sis made a whole check this out. No, sis, she want to get shady on my stream. Sis,
SM7B versus the pod mic.
Yeah,
that's that video. I made that video and it still does well. So that's a conversation people want to have. But pod mic is very near and dear to me. Plus, it's built like a tank, and you could use it as a weapon against somebody if they like break into your house or something. You can knock them out with the pod mic.
I just think, and I always just tell everybody, if you can get the SM7B.
that boom, that yeah.
that's nuts.
Cool. Well, hey, we're not going to hold everybody hostage, man. I just want to once again thank Tom. We didn't even know we were going to do all this, and I don't even know if they're getting audio. It's Eliseo.
It's back to your iPad Pro days on Clubhouse, Eliseo.
It says Eliseo, you muting everyone else in the stream. So yeah, we're gonna figure this out. I'm gonna have a official system for this because I think like I was telling them, I think. Yeah, this takes it to no audio except yours, E. My bad.
Once you figure it out, make a video about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Then everyone will do it.
Because I think this takes Clubhouse and live streaming and YouTube to a whole nother level. We can figure this part out. But
Yeah.
Hey, man. So cool. Hey, well, once again, Tom, I want to thank you. I'm finna actually end the YouTube live stream now. If who's ever in the Clubhouse, this is a mobile app, so you can kind of just stick it in your pocket and we can all kind of chop it up a little bit. Who knows, however you want to do it. But I'm going to end the live stream now. And once again, thank you, Tom, and I can't thank you enough. I believe we have we're going to kind of keep the communication going. And, Doc now, Diana now, definitely go subscribe to their channels. They have really insightful channels. We're already subscribed to yours already, bro. So you don't got to worry about that. And
Hey, Eliseo.
Yeah.
Real quick, I was harassing Heather because Heather's working on her Japanese. So I'm trying to explain to her that she needs a coach. I got her. Because if you guys watch my stream, I will randomly break out in Japanese and everybody will look at me. What the heck is Doc doing?
Is she Japanese for real?
She's just learning.
Oh, she's learning.
I have a long way to go.
Ohio.
What'd you say, Doc?
Nothing.
Arigato.
Sony Panasonic Canon.
Sony Panasonic Canon. Mitsubishi.
He said Mitsubishi.
Let me stop, man. Hey, I love y'all. We're going to end the stream now on YouTube. Y'all, we'll be in the Clubhouse. All right, y'all. Peace.